Welcome to Global Innovation Insights. Today we are tackling change and management, and I am your host, Lina Tabela. I am with my co-host, Kilebokhile September, and today we are joined by the most beautiful woman in the communication industry. This is Mrs. Inami Lobi, who is the CEO of Ginako Communications. Ma'am, welcome.
Thank you for having me. Hi guys, my name is Inam Lobi and I am the CEO of Ginako Communications Corporate. I will be tackling through change management, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know guys, here's a funny fact. 70% of organizations initiate change, but it often fails because they are not communicating throughout the change. They are leaving out their employees in the dark, and you know that employees are often like they fear change. They don't know what the future holds if there's change.
So we all agree that communication is key in everything, especially during times of changes, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Definitely.
but I have my very first question from our honorable guest lady today. Yes, so my question is, what has been the most surprising change that you have once encountered or experienced in a workplace?
Personally.
Yes, in a personal
Okay. So I'll just tell a short story, very short one. So on my first months of being the CEO of Ginako, since I was coming from an internship outside the organization called Lerato Communication Corporate, right? So when I arrived in Ginako, I had this mentor who was a guy, right? So he told me the basics that I have to follow, you understand? He told me that in management they are not communicating with the stakeholders. If they have to make change, they decide as a management and then take the changes to the stakeholders. And this was a very huge change to me because I'm used to being a stakeholder in Lerato Communications Corporate, and the management used to call us when we have any changes to make and would come up with ideas and stuff. And now since I am the CEO, I have to keep in mind that my stakeholders are not part of the management, so I am not allowed to talk to them about any change. I just have to present to them what we have decided as in management. So I would say that was a huge change management for me.
So basically they were using a one-way
one-way
model of
communication.
communication.
Yes.
Oh, and it's actually a problem because now
Very big one.
the stakeholders, I can imagine what they were going through. They felt ahead from the other company that you were working from.
And also information is not flowing properly. So, and also I'm often wondering how many of us here have gone through change. Those who have gone through change, like, can you raise your hands?
I think
Everyone has gone through change.
yeah, at some point in life, I would love to be.
We all
so.
have.
But now, I think let us just dive in organizational change, right? I would love you to maybe share some insights or answer this one question that says, what are some common challenges organizations face when they are trying to implement change, and how can leaders overcome them? As your leader, yourself.
We have so many questions here. Okay, so I would say one major hurdle that most organizations go through when they're trying to navigate change is resistance to change, because we have that fear of unknown threats, change that we are going through. Yeah, you understand. So we also, as the management, fear the change that will be brought by the changes that we have to adapt in, right? So what is your next question?
My question, follow up, it says, which ways or how can leaders overcome those challenges that you have just mentioned?
Okay, so the only way to overcome resistance to change is for the organization to be strategically intelligent. So you can say you are scared of the change, right? And you are resisting change. You have to come up with a plan that will accommodate everyone and communicate clear what the change is about, so that everyone is up to date to understand. No one is nervous about this thing that is going to happen. Yes.
So it's all about strategy.
It's all about strategy, yes. Strategic communication.
Okay. Nice.
You know, like yesterday I was preparing for this topic that we're going to talk about today. And I found an article whereby they are saying that in KwaZulu-Natal, a study of automobile dealership found that transactional leaders increase resistance while transformational leaders reduce it. That means adequate communication helps employee adapt. Yeah.
So adequate communication helps employees to adapt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Meaning that more information that is given, you know, as a leader, taking your employees through the changes, they often adapt quickly and get used to the new system.
Yes. It also goes in hand with the organizational information theory that states that organizations, they usually receive like equivocal information day in and day out, so they need to strategize and try to portion information according to different departments, according to their levels, so they can easily understand and I get the point. So while we are into that, today, my dear, we are here to learn. We are here to engage. Come up. So
fine. Just be nice.
I'm nice. Yeah. So tell me, how do you approach communicating change to stakeholders, and what strategies you have found most effective? When you are, trying to communicate change.
Okay, so in my experience, coming from internship to being the CEO of this huge company, I would say one of the most important thing is clear and concise communication to your stakeholders. Like, you have to explain in detail what is going to happen and give them the chance to provide feedback. You understand? In that way, they can provide questions, and then you provide them with answers, and then to show that they understand what is going to happen in this change, they have to come up with a feedback. You understand? Also, I would say what was your follow-up question? Strategy, right?
Yes.
I would say the most effective strategy that my organization usually uses is storytelling, whereby we give them a narrative to work with, right? We provide a narrative through a language that they will understand. It's no debate that the language in organizations is different from the language we use in our everyday lives. So when we are going to work through a change, we have to explain in the language that they are going to use, which is a narrative.
Yes. Okay, can I please ask, so, often we do create strategy, but how do you, if that strategy that you have developed for your employees fails, like, do you have any backup to make sure that even...
Okay, do I have any backup that I can come up with if the strategy
that's exactly what I'm trying to say.
Okay, so it's unfortunate, my organization always has the best strategies, which they never fail, because what we usually do before we use the strategy to our stakeholders, we test the strategy between one of us, you understand?
Also, you test internally?
Yes, before we provide it to our stakeholders, yes.
Okay.
Nice. Very nice. So your emphasis is on two-way communication and transparency whenever you are trying to communicate change.
Most importantly,
nice. I get it. Right. That was a very insightful and educative moment that we have just had with our special guest, Mrs. Logi. So in this moment, we would love to give our precious audience a chance for them, that if they have any questions or other input that they would love to share with us.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
My name is Kwiti Tandaza, and I would like to know, with technology advancing and AI being introduced, what role do you think technology plays in facilitating or hindering change management? and how can organizations balance the two?
That's a great question.
Well, can I try to answer that? I think the role of technology in changing management, it has its negative and positives. The positives would be it improves communication, teamwork, and also decision making. While the negatives could be it leads to technical issues, confusion, and also high cost. What was the second one? How do we
strategies that they can use to educate or
Oh, that one. I would say it would be if the organization gives their employees like proper training, and also they explain the reason why there's also change. I think that's what a technology can. That could be the role of technology in change management. I hope I'm making any sense.
Yes, you are.
We still agree. Key. Communication is key.
Communication is key everywhere.
Okay, nice. Okay. Right, so while we are in that, I just have this another question for you. You are here only to entertain us, but you also get to educate us, right?
Yeah.
So I would just love to know what role does leadership play in driving successful change initiatives in an organization?
Okay, most importantly, leaders in an organization are meant to set the tone and the direction. In this manner, they must model the behaviors they expect from their stakeholders or employees, right? And provide support throughout the transaction. By providing support, they make sure that the work is done on time. If there are any mistakes, they correct the mistakes. If there's any questions, they provide feedback to the stakeholders.
Okay, so all in all, are you saying that leaders are not supposed to talk the talk, but they are supposed to walk the walk too?
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting.
By this, they prioritize and build a trust, right? With trust and credibility with the stakeholders, right? When the employers trust the management, the leaders are more likely to embrace the change they want.
Oh, you mean the stakeholders?
Yes.
Okay.
So leaders they just set the tone and direction, you know,
Yes.
For change. Okay. Okay, because I can see
We are getting
that our
somewhere
guest is, you know, has headed to too much. Yeah. But I'll just have this final question to you, ma'am. What advice would you give leaders who want to build a culture of adaptability within their organization?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I only have one advice for the leaders, which is basically to encourage a growth in the mindset, right? And provide a proper training in the development for opportunities. Celebrate small wins along the way to make sure everyone is always motivated. That's it.
Nice.
Well, so listeners and everyone, you've heard it. So even if there's a big plan that is being done, without communication, it can never fall in line with what the organization has planned.
Yes.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us in Popular Innovation Insights. On the next episode, they will be discussing moral and ethics in communication. Thank you.
Bye.